Okay, so my name is Cletus Onyebuoha. So the way I like to describe myself is that I am a farmer, I am a lover, I am a gunner, I am Arsenal fan, I am an entrepreneur, and I'm a marketeer. Okay. So speaking of marketing, I've spent 17 and a half years basically in the same profession. So I'm a marketing lifer. Okay. Started my career back in Procter & Gamble, spent 11 and a half years, and then 4 years at Coca-Cola, and now 2 years and counting at GBfoods. So basically I followed I was in blue, I moved to red, and now I'm in orange. So hopefully after this one, I stop following the colors of the rainbow because I'm not chasing rainbow. So just
You haven't done yellow, so maybe you still have one more color to do.
I'm not sure I have the appetite. We'll see. Anyway, so that's basically me. I think on a serious note, I've been very lucky in my career. So I can safely say that I've done virtually all disciplines of marketing within the 17 years. Okay, from mundane marketing management, local level, cluster, regional level, to design, to innovation, to strategic marketing. I spent 2 years of my 4 years at Coca-Cola just literally doing this ivory towerish job of strategy, whatever that means. And then I've also done a lot in terms of marketing management, running teams, big operations, big budgets, and so on and so forth. So I've been lucky. So that's why I try to describe myself. I want to believe that I am the marketer who is basically metric driven. I believe that marketing exists for two reasons. One, to drive profits, even though there's a time lag between when marketing starts impacting profit and sales and so on and so forth. And secondly, to build brands. So if your marketing is not doing those two, you're in the business of entertainment. Okay, so we chase numbers and
go to a different career route.
Just the brands. Absolutely. So that's basically me.
Yeah. Thank you, Cletus. Ayomide, did you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, happy to. So, hi everyone. It's really weird not to see you. My name is Ayomide, and I work with Coca-Cola, where Cletus and Rosemary once worked. So I joined last year, and I'm the only one who's not like a pure, let me say, marketing professional. Maybe I bring like a different perspective in a sense. But I do work in insights, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you about chatting about the insights space, if you will. And similar to Cletus, I've been very close to career, and I've had like an unconventional path. Studied here, my entire background is Nigeria. Work has taken me around the world, but my orientation is very Nigerian. So looking forward to just sharing some of the things that I think would be helpful from the perspective of being, let me say, a global player, even though you studied here or your career has been largely here. Just something that makes that you can't thrive in international environment, right? Or you don't have an advanced fancy degree. So happy to chat about that with everyone.
Okay, thanks a lot. That's really, really interesting. And I think we're going to talk about that a bit more when we get into the sort of areas that we are supposed to cover in this room. My name is Rosemary Akpo. I'm currently the managing director of EXP. EXP is a marketing company. We've been doing business for 38 years. We are experiential-led marketing agency, although we do 360 degrees marketing. We do business in over 19 countries. The reason why I was excited about coming to this career room today when JR approached me is because, like Cletus, I think I've done every job there is to do in marketing. So I started my marketing career 20 years ago in British America Tobacco before I came to Coke, and then from Coke I went to GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, and I went to Suntory Beverages and Food, the makers of Lucozade and Ribena. And then I then went to ESP marketing. So if there's a job to be done in marketing, I'm sure I've done it. So, and I think that after 20 years, I've learned a thing or two. And I always ask myself, what's the point of learning or knowing something if you don't share it with others so they don't fall into the pitfall you fell into? Because, I mean, in 20 years, I've made plenty of mistakes. So I was quite excited about sharing with upcoming people who are still coming up and still trying to figure out what to do. Some of the things I have learned. But secondly, in ESP, we are always looking out for creative young people that we can bring into the fold, because we call ourselves the School of Experiential Marketing in Africa. So I'm hoping today that I'll find in this forum young people who are willing to come and join us to change the world. So that's why I agreed to join this session. I think based on the what's it called, what JR shared with us, the areas we needed to focus on, there were three basic areas I saw there. There was the preparatory and the basic level. So people who want to come into marketing, get into marketing, what sort of questions should they be asking? What sort of what qualifications should they have? What should they be on the lookout for? How do they join? What's the entry strategy? So, Ayomide, did you want to speak to that?
So again, I'm going to speak from a more generic perspective, because I'm not a marketing expert in the way that you both are, but more of an insight person. And I think generally speaking, when you're getting into any industry, whether you're fresh from school or transitioning from a somewhat early entry-level career, entry-level position, if you have any experience at all that you can profile in your resume, I mean, the first thing that they will ever see about when you're entry-level more than not is your resume, actually. You apply, or maybe they see your LinkedIn profile, but I'm sure that works for completely. But basically, tailoring your resume to display any kind of experience at all that is relevant to the role or the industry that you're interested in, I think is the first step. That's what will get you through the door. That's what will get your resume seen or not seen to by the automatic technology that some people use now, basically to screen CVs before it even gets to HR's eyes, right? So just using the right keywords that demonstrates your, experience and all of that in your CV. That's the first thing. And keeping your CV beautiful. If you're entry level, nobody's looking for 4 pages. One pager that highlights your core experience in line with what you see in the job description. It's not just about you talking about yourself, it's about you talking about yourself in a way that makes you qualified for the job. And then ask questions. That's part of what we're doing here. Use your network to ask questions. Get perspective on precisely what they are looking for. Sometimes there are some things that are not on the JD,
absolutely,
but you can learn from, just ask somebody here. They say, they really want this kind of person. They really want this kind of person. And then you have the opportunity to either put that on your resume, or by the time you're interviewing, you can present yourself as that kind of person, right? And when it gets to the interview time, of course, practice. Have a compelling story about yourself that makes you look like a good fit for the role. Read the job description like you're reading for exam, and ask questions as well, like I said. And then at the end, when they give you the opportunity to ask questions, never you say you don't have any questions. Have an intelligent question to ask back. I don't ask, so what's the pay? What's the working hours like? Not those kind of questions. Ask intelligent questions that show that you're interested in winning the opportunity and then thriving in that position, right? Let me not take too much time.
Thank you. Cletus, do you have anything to add to those insights from my community?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think, can you hear me?
Yep. Ninja was saying
okay.
So I don't know who was typing.
Yeah, I don't know who was typing. There's a bit of noise in the background. Yeah, let me start by saying that when it comes to the 4 specific questions we got from JR, getting into marketing or getting into the company, getting promoted, which is the second thing, getting into middle management and in the C-suite. I think for me, I would like to start by saying that I cannot give you any silver bullets. on how to do any of these things, right? Because actually there's none, right? So, but what we can do here, and this is what we're trying to do, is to give you 1,001 incremental tips, which when you put them all together can actually provide a good guidance in terms of what to look for, the skill sets you need to possess, the kind of behavior you need to have that is expected of someone who is looking for a job or trying to get into a company or trying to get promoted, and so on and so forth. So it's just basically those tips. So without building on, without repeating what we already said, in terms of getting into the company, first, I'll just really, there are 3 tips I will just basically give. One is be the Boy Scout. Remember the old Boy Scout motto, which is be ready always, be prepared
Be ready
always.
always.
Exactly. So first and foremost, try to understand the profession you're trying to get into. What is marketing, right? And for me, it's simply where data meets creativity to deliver business and brand results. End of story. So if you understand that, it means you are in the metric business. You're also in the arts business as well, right? So what then do you do? I would just say basically be ready to pass your psychometrics, especially at entry level, right? Pull out your GMAT, your GRT. You don't even know when you're going to need them, right? They just make sure that you're fully ready so that when the opportunity calls, you basically take it with both hands. And I can use myself as an example. When I got my first job, was my first foray into marketing, shortly after school, I was not necessarily searching, but apparently I was ready. I was ready because, as it turned out, I smashed my way into P&G recruitment. And then P&G did have probably the most difficult written exams for recruitment at entry level back in those days. I think the pass rate was somewhere around 5 or 10%. It was really crazy. I mean, a friend told me, and I sent him my application. I was thinking P&G was going to give me like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and then they call, and then I prepare for the interview. Hell no. I got a call the same evening I sent my application to come in the next morning by 10 a.m. to write a test. And that was it. And I wrote the test. I think there was about 43 of us that wrote the test, and only 2 passed. One couldn't make it through the interviews, one did, and that one was me. So that's how I got in there. But again, being ready is the best you can do for yourself, right? Rosemary also, I already alluded to perfecting your storytelling, because it's one thing to have it, but it's another thing to really articulate it and do it very coherently, and then expect the unexpected questions as well, right? And that is it. And then do your good CV, coming into the meeting or into the exam and your oral interview, being fully prepared, to take the questions and then and take it as it goes. So that's the few tips I could add to what you already said.
Thanks, Cletus. Thanks a lot. And I think that the point you made around being ready and prepared can't even be underestimated. The only thing I wanted to add there, I had a couple of things, but I think 2 of you have touched on most of them. But I also wanted to encourage people who are at the entry level to be prepared to start from the beginning, prepared to learn.